Hi, my name is Aleeza Huraira. I am a computer engineering major at San Jose State University, and currently in my third year. And some activities that I enjoy outside of SJSU are hiking, camping, and spending time with my family and friends. My passion for engineering started when I was young in elementary school. I really enjoyed solving math problems, and I also really enjoyed learning the different concepts in my science classes. And this continued to grow throughout middle school, where I joined Math Olympiad and was doing competitive math. And then in high school, when it came time for me to choose a major and apply to college, I was really considering engineering because I wanted to continue doing it in the future. I saw engineering as a pathway to do that, and that's why I considered computer engineering as my major. So Math Olympiad was something that was beyond the classroom, like learning different concepts, whereas in Math Olympiad, it was like more like math puzzles. So I really enjoyed being able to like figure out the different like techniques involved in solving the different problems, and then doing that in a competitive aspect was even more fun. Another aspect of Math Olympiad was that you got to work within teams, which I really enjoyed. So SWE stands for the Society of Women Engineers. Our mission is to empower women to achieve their fullest potential as engineers and leaders. And we do so by providing professional development opportunities, personal development opportunities, and also we do outreach with high school and middle school. When I first joined SJSU as a freshman, I was looking to do a few things. I really wanted to make friends and form a community, and I also wanted to look into my professional development and be able to get an internship the following summer. SWE is a place where I really found everything that I wanted encompassed into one. So after I joined SWE, I feel like I really got a lot of benefit out of it. I made a lot of friends, and I met people who I wouldn't have met otherwise, because SWE allows you to connect with people who aren't directly in your major, which is a super wonderful opportunity that I experienced. SWE also allowed me to get my first ever technical internship at Advantest. In the summer of 2023, I was an intern at Advantest as a hardware applications and testing intern. This internship was more focused on the semiconductor side and being able to use C++ in order to test wafers and chips, which was a super exciting experience. Last summer, I interned at Uber as a software engineering intern, and I was under the cloud security team in particular. This experience was a pretty fun experience for me, as I got to learn quite a bit about cloud security and how that worked. And also I was introduced to cybersecurity, which was a completely new topic for me. I learned how to develop APIs and also work within a larger team, which was really exciting. Another thing that I worked on was documentation and being able to document out the project that I was working on, and use cases and things like that, which was really interesting. It was my first time being introduced to APIs, which stand for Application Programming Interface, and being able to have the opportunity to develop my own API was a really interesting experience. My API in particular focused on access governance. So the main audience for this was Uber employees and engineers. A little bit more about that was essentially whenever a Uber engineer wanted to get access to a specific policy, then they would request access to the policy through the API, and then that would go through an approval process. Once they got approved, the policy would be added to their account, and they would have access to it, and they could use the policy in whatever project that they had. And then after their project, access to that policy would be removed. So APIs definitely can be super useful for a lot of different people and for whatever purposes that they need. In my case, it was to help the engineers at Uber be able to do different projects by accessing different policies. I'm super grateful to have interned at both Advantest and Uber. Uber was a lot more software engineering focused, whereas Advantest was a lot more on the hardware and electrical side. And I really enjoy how both of these internships allowed me to see both sides of computer engineering, especially with computer engineering being a major that combines hands-on hardware engineering with software engineering. I like how with both of my internships I've experienced both ends of this major. After being a part of SWE for 1 year, I was super appreciative of all the benefits that I've gotten from the student organization, and I really wanted to give back. So I decided to apply to the board as a mentorship chair, and I ended up getting the position. Later on, I stepped up into leadership as a treasurer, and now I'm president. I really enjoy being able to give back to the organization that has given me so much. If it wasn't for SWE, I wouldn't be here today. SWE has given me the skills to advance professionally, while also allowing me to have a community of friends. Something that I really want to make sure as SWE president is to make sure that everyone feels included and they feel like they're a part of the SWE community. I want to make sure that whenever a new member comes in, that they feel like that this is a space where they can belong and they can ultimately form a community of friends. Because as a freshman coming into SWE, I was super nervous about forming new friendships and meeting new people, but I found it to be a super welcoming environment, and because of how welcome I felt over there, it allowed me to continue being so involved to this day. And I'd love for that experience to continue reciprocating, and for people to continue joining SWE just by seeing how welcoming of a community it is. So yeah, I think one of the main things that I bring to the organization is making sure people feel welcome and like they belong, that SWE can be a home for them. One of the main things that's really important in SWE is being able to maintain documentation in order to allow our main events to reciprocate year after year. An example of this is being able to create the Shadow and Engineer program every single year. This is a program that was started by our previous SWE president, Charlie Warner. The Shadow and Engineer program allows students to be paired with companies and participate in a day-long externship. It's organized by our professional development committee every winter semester. This year as president, I really helped ensure our company connections that were enrolled within the program itself. So that meant being able to ensure that all the companies who were participating knew about the program and were excited to participate. In addition, I helped oversee overall promotion of the program to our students, and we were able to successfully have the largest iteration of the Shadow and Engineering program this year, with over 15 companies and over 100 students involved. So we were able to make a pretty big impact with this program on campus by allowing students to participate in day-long externships from companies from a wide range of engineering domains. I would say SWE is really an interdisciplinary organization when it comes to engineering. We're not so much an organization that is focused on one specific domain of engineering. We're open to all engineering majors and even majors that are beyond College of Engineering. So we're really open to everyone. And as we get more and more members to come into our organization, I want to be able to provide opportunities for everyone. In previous years, I've noticed that a lot of our opportunities are mainly focused towards one or two majors. This year, we've been able to improve that a little bit by offering opportunities from a wider range of engineering disciplines, and I hope to continue that in future years by allowing students from a wide range of engineering disciplines to find benefit within the club and be able to advance professionally. Ever since my childhood, education has been something that has been super important to me. I'm super appreciative of all the teachers that I've had growing up and all their valuable insights that they've departed on me and the person that I've become as a result of that. In addition, education is super important within my family as well. My mom is a preschool teacher, and my grandfather is a university professor, and my grandmother is a elementary school principal. For me, education is about being able to impact the next generation and really empower them to be able to really face any challenges that they can with confidence. And I hope that I'm able to create a similar impact with education. One of the goals that I have for myself in the future is be able to possibly become a community college professor part-time or teach in some capacity. I would love to be able to reciprocate the impact of the teachers that I've had growing up to the next generation and be able to really instill that confidence and motivation in my students. Ultimately, I would love to create an impact to areas of the world that are impoverished by allowing them access to AI and other technology, because education is something that is super important to me personally, and I've seen the impact that it has had on me by changing me into a person that I am today, and I'd love for others to have that experience as well. I would say when I was a high schooler, something that made me a little bit nervous about pursuing engineering was seeing how it was a very male-dominated major, and it made me question if I belonged in this space and if it was the right major for me. But an advice that I would give to myself back then is that definitely don't be afraid to take up space and to pursue this major, because ultimately engineering is not only for a specific group of people, it is for everyone. If you have the passion and confidence to follow the engineering path, then do so.